I'm curious, how do you measure, first of all, how much energy is being used in mining and therefore how much energy can be conserved through green solutions?
Right. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I think the first thing to note is that different blockchains have very different energy use profiles. So Bitcoin uses this algorithm called proof of work. It uses a lot of energy. There are all of these different options like proof of stake. Filecoin uses something called proof of storage. So Filecoin allows anyone in the world to store data on Filecoin, and it acts like the Airbnb of storage. So anyone can participate in the network and store files, which means that the energy use of the network is tied to doing something useful for clients. So you store data on Filecoin, someone uses energy to store that data, prove that that data is being stored over time, and is compensated in Filecoin for that. And what we're doing is trying to take Filecoin itself and connect it to renewable energy in a way that is extremely transparent and verifiable. So when someone is storing data on the network, they can see who they're storing it with, where it's being stored, and what renewable energy, specifically what renewable energy, where it's coming from, who's making it, and connect that to their file storage. And that's something that crypto really allows us to do in a way that isn't possible before that. Is crypto really allows us to dig into the public details of everything that's happening on the chain and really see how much energy is being used, where is it being used,
right,
and connect that to actual production.
So Alan, because a proof of stake inherently uses a lot of energy, Bitcoin's blockchain, does that make it so you're less bullish on Bitcoin, or you are concerned about Bitcoin's future because, in your opinion, it is energy intensive no matter which way you slice it? It's inherently energy intensive?
So Bitcoin uses proof of work, which is inherently energy intensive. And I think that's really something that the Bitcoin community has to answer. The real goal, right, of a community, when it comes to environmental impact, should be to figure out what that community is trying to achieve, then figure out what are the lowest environmental impact ways of achieving that, right? And so Bitcoin is pretty tied to proof of work. They'll see how that pans out. Other networks like Ethereum are taking this route of switching from proof of work to proof of stake, which is going to lower their energy use by at least 99%, probably more than that. And so it really comes down to every community to figure out what does the landscape look like, how can we achieve our goals while lowering our carbon impact. The SEC has announced this.